Welcome to Security Insights with Arvind Dhillon, your bi-weekly deep dive into security insights, strategies, and innovations in the security industry. I'm your host, Arvind Dhillon, and today we're going to discuss the growing role of AI in the security industry. So whether you're a security professional, security business owner, or someone that just likes to stay ahead of the security, this episode is for you. Let's get started. I got introduced to AI a couple of years ago when I was meeting my friend Mo. He was visiting me from Arkansas, works with Walmart as a director. He introduced me to ChatGPT a few years ago over a lunch, but he showed a couple of tricks, but I didn't think anything big at that time. We over the years, he's been kept getting me to use different AI tools, but nothing really. I played around with it, but never thought anything realistic about it, especially in our security industry with all the privacy laws and whatnot. Never thought that we would be using AI in a big way. Fast forward to 2025, all of our businesses are using at least one or two different type of integrations that are totally based on AI. So AI in the security industry is definitely going to change the security industry itself. Yes, we do have a lot of privacy concerns with AI, but that will change. And also, there's a big lag of rules that will have to be put into place. So that all will take some time. But definitely in 2025, I have seen it firsthand how AI is changing the lives of our security professionals. It's not to get rid of our security guards or get rid of our employees, but it will definitely help us make better judgment calls, what humans do the best. But definitely AI will help us in the daily operations for now. Today, my producer Tuche is here, so we're going to talk a little bit more about into the AI growing into the security industry.
Hi everyone, this is Tuche. So today we are sitting again with Arvind. We are getting into details of AI in security industry specifically, and we'll ask some questions and we'll let Arvind to take from there and share his expertise. So our first question: where does the security industry currently stand on AI integration? And if you would like to give some more details, where Coverage stands in this.
So security industry as a whole, I think it's still lagging quite a bit behind the AI integration part. That's because most business owners in general are still worried about privacy issues and also the jurisdiction government guidelines that we have to follow. So there's a big industry gap in that sense. But as far as the daily operation goes, it doesn't matter whether that's a security industry or any other industry, business owners are trying to keep up with it. I see it in our business in covert security, that there's a lot of AI tools that we're starting to implement now that are helping us in operational challenges that we had last year or a couple of years ago.
There are big security companies implementing AI into their security cameras as well as their software platforms itself. Can you share about that a little bit?
Yes, our Avigilon or Milestone, these are the big softwares in the security industry. They're the AI integration that they have within their cameras or within their software has changed tremendously. I would say just within 2025, we went from 10% to 100% real quick. I'm sure there's a lot more room to grow in that sense. Now, we were just at the Vigilon event 3 weeks ago. The new technology that they have, that they were talking about putting it out is it's going to tremendously change the industry.
Can we talk about more about this software? What is interesting with what is the interesting part that they offer with this software with Milestone or Vigilon?
All the softwares they're coming up with the cloud servers, so everything can be in the cloud. So then any is a broad term, but most of the cameras can be integrated into Milestone system or a Vigilon's Alta Cloud system.
So there is no need full setup and products needed for it. They don't need to pay, and the cost is only the software to integrate into these cameras.
Yes. The software will have a fee itself, but we don't need to necessarily upgrade the whole infrastructure of the security system, which is a big win, because a lot of times we had clients where they like all this analysis that we can do, but they had a hard time getting their budgets approved for the big infrastructure. So in this way, we go in, we just change their back end of the software, and then we're off to the races.
What does the software provide different than the past systems that we were already using, the analysis that we were already having?
The biggest change that I see with the new software is the behavioral analysis part. So it can detect before someone commits a crime, especially in Walmart's, superstores, in the big malls. I think that these events will be really, really handy. I think the AI integration part of the technology will be really helpful in the security industry.
I heard that in some bigger corporate companies that they offer similar softwares, that they have this specific system that any kind of home builder, homeowner, or the end user of the software itself or project manager, literally in the search, in case of any incident, they can search the suspicious activity, person or vehicle, pull out the report within minutes and send to the police as requested, versus when in the past, when some incident happened, they just trying to search that specific footage for hours. And now they can simply just write down, okay, white Tesla within the last 1 week, or red hat with a white shirt guy, that's somewhere in the cameras that is appeared. The software automatically pulls out the times and the full reporting, and within minutes, the system is hold on. Are we using something like this, or how common right now in the industry?
In the commercial industry, it's definitely we're seeing a lot of it. A lot of people are getting these softwares installed, especially big construction sites or big malls, to track people. Where like a couple of years ago, we did not have this technology. We would have to manually go through all the files and try to pinpoint when the event might have happened, or it was just time consuming. Now, with the help of AI built already into the software, it's definitely making our life easier. And also to the authorities as well. So when we want to forward any kind of a reporting, it just literally takes us minutes to send it to them. Whereas before it would take us hours or sometimes even days.
So moving from there, how do you implement these systems?
Each business, each company has a different set of requirements. The main goal, I think, here is that AI is giving us the tools that we can do our job better. Now, yes, there's companies out there that will have a cyber security aspect of issues, but I think we can overcome all those challenges. But as we stand today, yes, there's softwares available and they're coming out with the new software um, almost every month that it can do a little bit better than what it could do yesterday.
From security business perspective, so if there are other, let's say, smaller security local security companies out there, and they want to implement these systems to their offerings, how do they do that? They simply, with the big corporate software companies, they get the software purchasing and they add it to their offering. How that implementation process works?
So most of these big softwares that we're talking about, that you have to almost become their partner in within the software provider or a camera provider. Yes, anybody can be a part of it. You just have to sign up as a dealer within the dealer network and then try to implement. The main issue is um, in our security industry, it's challenging for us to train that many people. That's where we are lagging behind it. We have a lot of new trainees that are coming onto the job, but they're not per se trained in these, right?
You mean the technicians?
Technicians, yeah.
They don't know how to implement the systems.
Because it's still new system, so it's only the senior techs have the ability to play around with it, or they are the ones that have done the training with for the software, right?
How about the companies, these big companies that provide the softwares, which they are bringing out to the industry, something huge for security industry, becoming something else where it was like a year ago? Do they not provide any training for the companies that are becoming their dealers and partners?
There's a lot of training available, but everything takes time, right? One, they have to be familiar with the X software, then try to understand it, then try to actually do the jobs out in the field. Then they get a hang off of it, right?
Did you attend to, or covert security team did attend to any of these trainings?
Yes, recently we were at the Vigilon event that was hosted in Vancouver. I think few members of our team attended that. Now there's always an event going on, or some of our suppliers are even starting to put out training seminars. So we are always sending some of our techs there.
Trying to keep it up with the new updates, new softwares.
Yes, it's very important as a company and as a culture that we have. We want everyone to succeed in their careers.
Let's break it down. How AI is changing your operations, starting with video monitoring. How will AI advance your current video monitoring technology at the moment?
Right now, AI has totally changed the video monitoring concept. Now we are becoming more proactive than reactive in situations. Now, with the help of AI, our cameras can detect loitering before they actually break into the business. So I think that's a big game changer for a lot of just the industry itself. It's a big change. Now, also the one thing I want to mention is now our central stations are becoming technology driven. It's all based on AI. Our cameras can detect loitering before the break-in actually happens. This helps our customers a lot because now they have less insurance expenses. They are getting a real-time feedback, and it's easier on our management team and our employees, because now they're stopping the crime before it happens, where only a couple of years ago it was never like that.
So can we also move forward with the false alarms? It's just the perfect conversation right now to get in, because there's so much expense when it's any detection and the video monitoring. Yes, it's not necessarily alarm monitoring I'm saying, but if it's any false detection, any false thing, if the police or some authorities are going, every time there's a payment, there's a huge cost for it. And now with this detection, if you're able to detect before it happens, then all this cost is going away.
Yes, false alarm has gone down tremendously. Where I think on average we were probably getting about hundreds of false alarms. Now I think it's like 1/10 of it. The machine learning or the AI tools have gone. Uh, the quality of it has tremendously changed. That now we rarely get any false alarms, and it's helping out our employees for their mental well-being, especially when you're working on a shift work. They don't have to necessarily be making these judgment calls every time. They're feeling much better because they're being proactive.
This, I believe, also reduced the cost for business owners, as security business owners, from the employee part, right? You don't need as much as team members every time you get an EVA account to watch these cameras. Now, one employee can watch maybe how many cameras you can say.
Yeah, so in that aspect, that's also true. Now, instead of one employee watching 50 cameras, I think one now with the help of AI, one employee can watch 500 cameras. So that's a big cost savings there as well. The main thing that the AI can't replace is the human touch. We still need the operators to make those judgment calls, whether someone forgot to close the gate at a construction site or forgot to turn off the lights or simply someone just left the water on in the sink.
How accurate is this judgment calls that AI is making?
There's still improvement that needs to be made. Yeah, but it's reducing the false alarms. The judgment calls are still the human has to approve that. When we get a signal at the station, uh, yes, the AI might have detected someone walking by or standing and smoking in front of the store. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna break into the business, right? So our operator still has to approve that, but it just speed up the process where you know with the mental fatigue of the employees, maybe they miss that person standing in front of the business. With the AI detection, yes, it will never miss it if
So
it's
the main,
programmed.
yeah, so the major part is like AI is filtering this possible incidents, bringing as in like alarm to in front of the monitoring specialist. Then they are making the call.
Yes. So the idea behind is when we put our software into any cameras while we start monitoring them, the idea is that the AI will do all the detection work, but still the human operator has to approve it whether the authorities need to be contacted or not. AI can't yet make those decisions yet.
Will it come to there, you think, or there will be always making the last call as monitoring specialist or security person?
I think last call as we stand today, I think humans will still be making those calls. I don't think anybody can make a better judgment call than the humans, but definitely it will keep improving the AI. As the AI improves, it will be able to deliver the information within the seconds to our operators.
Yeah, but still, like almost a couple years, even 1 year ago, we didn't think that in video monitoring, security video monitoring, AI won't be in that much. But right now, it is already in that level. But I think it could be a day that AI simply will be filtering, detected, and making the calls because right now there is already AI agents that making calls. Even the sales marketing part is a lot, and they can simply make the judgment within the rules that security business sets and call the authorities and make that happen. No.
Well, with the technology, it doesn't surprise me at all that if it happens. But at at this moment, I feel like we do need physical operators to make all these judgment calls.
What about access control systems? Can you give us some insights into how your current systems work with AI?
Yes, currently the access control, I think for last 20 years, it's always been a open or closed kind of a concept. When you scan your badge or you enter your code, it was always either it will give you an access or it will deny your entry. So nowadays, the access control that we install, it comes with uh, built-in AI integration tools. Now, those software can provide analysis on your behavior. So if a employee is only supposed to have access to a server room between 9 to 5, and the employee try to go there at 2 o'clock in the morning, it will not provide the access, right? So that's a big game changer now. There's also if, the, for example, if one of the employee always uses one door to get into the building, and now all of a sudden they start using a different door to get into the building, it's a change that before we couldn't track it. Now, with the help of AI, yes, we can track it. There might be nothing wrong with it, but at least we are getting notified for these kind of scenarios. Another example where we have actually worked on is a truck yard. So we had to do access control and the camera integration together with the help of AI. Now, every time before we implemented the system, every time the driver wanted to enter the yard, they had to get out of their truck, enter the code, or screen their badge. But now with the new system, our cameras have already detected their license plate. All the driver has to do is just come and show the badge. Camera reads it, and the access is provided to the customer, to the driver. And it also helps the business owner as well, because they also get a live feed in their office that it tells them which truck is coming and at what time it's coming.
Let's continue from the example. I think it's going to give us a better explaining and understanding how crazily it's changing the security business here. From like we had the truck example, but how about another commercial example? Can we give a better understanding? How do we use the AI implementing systems?
Another example that I can think of is it's a new warehouse that we installed a security system in, access control system. They have about in excess of 500 doors. So not every employee can access every part of the building. Now, what we are noticing is that our access control system is actually denying entry to almost 30% of the people. It's forcing them to use the other entrances to the building. Security integrators have a lot of potential revenue that they can generate from AI. For example, access control used to be just a one-time install price, and now with this service, with the AI service, we can charge a monthly fee on it. So the security business owners can have a monthly RMR on it. And also within the competition, we always used to fight over the hardware price, where now we can go to the customers, say, selling them a different solutions, figure out what their pain point is, and specifically target those niche items for the customer.
So simply you are purchasing the software that is AI enhanced and installing, implementing into existing systems and these products that's already existing. So there's something good already. And from security point, you are paying for the software and you are charging to the clients as in monthly fee, as in like the membership fee to be able to use this software. How about if they don't want to?
They will still have the system work as it is. They just won't be able to get our opinion on all the extra
Perks. Yeah, extra perks would be
all the
gone.
extra perks, or when we get a report, the integrator will get a report saying 30% of their employees are entering from this door, but they should be entering from the different door, right? Or uh, or vice versa, where we have some of your employees supposed to be working Monday to Friday, but they're accessing the building on Saturday or Sunday. So the business owner will probably not get those kind of reports, right?
Oh. They will be missing out on the analysis for sure. But I guess for specifically like big corporates or warehouses, there's something very crucial to know about this. But maybe smaller offices, not as much. So they have the option to use in that scenario. How about other parts of security? So do you think there will be some different parts of your security business that AI won't be entering to?
I think AI will touch every part of the business, like from sales and marketing. I've seen that some of our sales engineer, they're already integrating with the AI tools to read through all these RFP process. There's one that we used that it was I believe it was a 400 or 500 pages long RFP that the AI managed to create a 45-minute podcast, basically how me and you are talking. It was able to go through the RFP and tell us exactly what's in those 400 or 500 pages within 45 minutes. And it was just much easier to listen to it rather than just to read through all those pages.
Time saving is one of the biggest impact, I guess, AI is bringing into the table for security businesses. Yeah. Or any business that we could say.
Any business will benefit with the time.
Yeah, true. Let's say a little bit more on the video surveillance part of AI. So we mentioned multiple times about the software analytics, but is it just analytics? Are we talking just this fancy analytics? But how is the operational efficiency? Can you give us more example explanation on that? How is the operational efficiency part when it's come to AI?
As far as the analytics are concerned, AI is just enhancing all the analytics, whether that's the analytics in the access control or in the cameras. With the help of AI now, it's changing every part of the business. From an operational point of view, the AI is tremendously helping the people on the ground. It does all the checks and balances. For example, if you are going to a concert, there's we can have the camera set up so it automatically knows that who to give access to, and it reduces the queues in every area. Or it can allow people to go into certain areas or deny the entry in some other parts of the arena, right? And also it can count how many people have already entered the arena or how many people didn't show up. All those analytics, with the help of AI, it can generate much faster reports.
It's not just analytics, right? It's not just fancy analytics we're talking about here. It's actually in action in that moment can be fixing the issues before they happen. Isn't like if you're saying a concert or it's an event area.
It's the enhanced analytics. That's how I would like to say it, because it's taking the live data and providing live reports to a supervisor. Let's say that you have 20 security guards around the arena, but in one area it's really busy and you need to have some of your people show up there. One supervisor can actually control the whole arena where it's like 10,000 people showing up, right?
So there's not much of a security guard needed, as whereas like it was 20 people, now there just a couple of them can be organized, and the AI system can be giving notifications where it's needed what.
Yes, you can definitely reduce the number of people required in those kind of situations, right?
Also, you mentioned repeatedly about behavioral analytics in that scenario. So AI is flagging those kind of behaviors and how you are setting those kind of behaviors in the system through the cameras. In that event area, let's say there's a suspicious thing going on, suspicious behavior. Is it automatically set it through software? How that work?
So we set it up in a way that you know if anybody has a gun in their bag or a knife in their bag, it's detecting that this person might have some sort of a threat to the general audience, right? It's the system isn't 100% foolproof yet, but I'm sure as the more techniques are available, more technology changes, it will be 100% foolproof.
Yeah, so there is still a huge human element here that it's not replacing.
Yes.
We cannot fully give the full control to it.
No.
So what skill sets should a security professional and companies will be developing with the new coming systems now?
We definitely need more technology focused people to work in the field, which has been a challenge. It's been a challenge to have people come into the security industry, and for last 10 years, I would say, it's been a big time challenge. But now, as the technology is growing, we need to find people that are more technologically sound.
It's a different way of thinking, I guess, than the traditional approach before, because even whoever is in the security business, even the technician to the salesperson, they need to be more like critical thinking, let's say, because everything is in front of them. They just need to know how to use those analytics, save the time, and actually act on it as in the last decision maker. That's the human part that we have here.
We will always need I think the new generation is more technical focused anyways, but people need to be trained with all of our systems. We have within our industry, we have so many different brands, so many different kind of systems. They don't all work necessarily on the same platform, and our schools don't have that many options either. So it's most of the people that we've been training is on the job training. So we send them to different seminars, different supplier training programs. That's the only way I see that we can fill this gap.
Yeah, there's the major. I think there are like three major points here, like hindering factors. We were going to go there, actually. I want to say that too now. So in the CIA 2025 Mega Trend Report, it noted that the top three hindering factors for AI in security industry were like one, public perception, two, security employees with AI skills, as you mentioned, and internal governance of AI. So you already touch base a lot on the security technicians or the people working in the security industry field. But if we are to go more like ethical minefield and public perception of the issue of this AI implementation in security, how to implement the transparency and trust with your clients? Like, do you inform them there's an AI system implemented in their systems, or there's a specific process on that?
Public perception is evolving as people don't want to know where their self identity is, right? Like where the data is stored or who has the access to that data. So I think public perception still has a lot to evolve. But as far as the data goes, our governments have put in some strict rules where we can store the data, where we can deal with the data.
So data is one of the concerns only, but there is also a huge facial recognition systems here, and they are stored in the systems. So even the private companies, or even in the public, like the traffics and all the cities, are implementing these camera systems, and our faces are saved. It is there, and we have the whole story that is saved, are that part. So the real risk of facial recognition systems having higher error rates for the people of color or women. How can the industry address that proactively?
From a privacy point of view, it's a legitimate concern that the public has, but this is the world we're living in, where in order for the government or public places to prevent crime, the threat, these are the tools that they have to use. I think it's as we are, as a society, we're getting more used to the technology. I think the perception will change, because even on our iPhones, everything is being recorded, and all of our information is being uploaded into the data centers all over the world, right?
Well, that is true, but whereas yes, people are aware of the phones that is in the facial recognition, or some in our passwords that we are saving is one thing, but outside in the streets, this camera is out and they're saving all our movements to the data. How do you secure that? Who about the cyber security point? If someone wants to access that, they can track us down, they can find it, and how do we secure that? What is the approach on that?
The approach is, we need to come up, as the industry has to come up with the security rules that they've been implemented. I feel like sometimes some of the screening that we do on our employees or our third party channel partners, it's just not enough. Nowadays, they're obviously better than some other countries, but as within Canada, I think they can be a lot better.
So at this moment, there is not a specific governance rule. It is only a company as yourself that you are trying to get this approach to secure things for your own clients, but there is not a set of rules. How do you ethically use?
There is some rules around it, definitely, but it's lagging, because, as you know, everything is new. It's so new to the general population. It's so new to the business owners. It's so new to the integrators that everyone is sort of lagging behind it. But all these concerns are valid. Everybody should have these concerns. Even as a integrator, sometimes we worry about these all these AI tools we're implementing into the people's businesses, right?
Well, concerns are evacuated with an issue, and yes, you're right, it is new, and there will be so much issues arising and then resolving step by step of it, I guess. But there are right now, these are the big trees, I would say, that is in the report that is coming to us. How about we move forward more future thought of AI? What do you think? What's next for AI in security business?
From the video monitoring center point of view, it's we still got a long way to go. The integration between all the other languages is still lagging, so I think AI can hugely, tremendously help us. As you know, Canada is a very multicultural country, so we can't have that many operators operating in 40 different languages, right? So with the help of AI, I think we can implement some tools that it can translate almost live translation between customer and the operator. I think that would be really cool.
And this doesn't exist yet, though.
It does exist. It's just not
actively using.
It's not that cost effective for one, and second, it needs a lot of work that needs to be done on it.
Got it. So I'll give an example here. Is it the case right now, or will it happen? I'm gonna say. So imagine a guard, a security guard or a monitoring specialist seeing a potential threat. Could they just ask their AI-powered device that is connected to all the system, that's the software you are mentioning, saying that, okay, analyze these last 5 minutes of the feed from camera 12 and summarize any anomalous activity and get a report for me in the language, like a basic simple range for a security guard, not technique. And then if it is a case that they can say just by verbally, by talking to it, saying, okay, turn this report, send to this person and do, like they can give directives that way and run a whole operation?
Right now, you have to set a certain parameters that security guards can only search in within those parameters. That could be the license plate starting with A or B. Like it can't be like, oh, you put in some random numbers. It can do that, but it will give you thousands of different answers for that, right?
It's like prompts then? It's like putting a prompt into a software and searching, and whatever in their system, they just pull it out from it.
Yes, 100%. It is the prompt.
Yeah, but there's nothing verbally that they can, like, from outside connect. They need to be within that specific software edit, but there is no external connect that in that moment they can simply, like a security guard, connect rather than just monitoring to, right? They can connect and do that, or do you think that will happen?
It will definitely happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's already in the works. But as far as my knowledge goes, it's not. It hasn't been implemented yet.
Okay, I'm gonna go to a different interesting point here. How about the security guard robots?
Robots.
Yeah, I mean that is in Silicon Valley that we have all these helper robots. Don't you think it's gonna come to a security industry?
I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but again, it can work in some situations. Like if there's a security guards and they're just roaming around in the mall, then I don't see why the robots can't just roam around the mall, right? So in that sense, you don't need a human for that. But if you go to a construction site, then I think it's still there's so many different changes that happens day to day. I don't think the robots will perfectly work in that environment.
Do you think one day you are gonna have one robot employee as a technician?
I think we can definitely replace our video creator. Just kidding, Tim.
It's gonna be waiting back there to edit videos. But not as an installer, or do you think would it work? Because there's so much we are seeing right now in the news and the new changes. Why not in the security industry?
Definitely, I think on the reception, we can have a robot or a AI system plugged into it, so someone is answering the phone or directing the calls to other departments.
I mean, we already have the admin. There are so many new companies right now. They're auto answering with this AI bots, like their assistants. Yeah. But not quite in the security industry yet, I guess. But it is coming very soon, I think.
It's coming again, as I said. It's a little bit of a governance issue that we deal with. So we're, as a security industry, we're always lagging behind the trends. That's a wrap for today's episode, Security Insights with Arvind Dhillon. Any of the integrators out there that would like to connect with me, if they how they see this AI changing their business, or if they need any help implementing any of these AI we are using, I would love to connect with another fellow integrators and help them out. I hope you found value in this episode. We touched a lot of different aspects of AI in the security industry, didn't go too depth into some of the concerns, but overall we wanted to touch it and see how the general population feels about AI in the security industry. That's a wrap. If you want to connect with me, please follow me on LinkedIn at Arvind Dhillon or connect with me on Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share among your peers. Until next time, keep growing your business and be secured. We'll see you in the next episode.
Oh my God.
Thanks for putting me on the spot. How do you like that, Tim?
I didn't do
I didn't do nothing.